Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Memo and Wager Talk Show Family Affair. We're making sports betting history. Never before on any panel has there been 4 family members. I'm honored to be here with such a great panel. Let me go around the horn. The First Lady of Las Vegas, Dionne D'Amico, Jeff Michaels, Ralph Michaels. Good morning. Let me just say a quick good morning. Dionne, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic today. I'm excited to be here with you gentlemen today.
Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm glad to be back. Glad to have the whole family in one place again. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited for some football this weekend.
Great stuff. Ralph, good morning to you, sir.
10 days till college basketball starts. Check out the Wager Talk College Basketball Guide. It is absolutely free. It's 100 pages, a full stat, returning starters, returning minutes, conference previews. 5 guys, including my son, wrote a previews for all 31 conferences. Wow. Go to wt.buzz/RM. Download the free guide today.
Great stuff. 10 days away, college basketball. You know, one of the most exciting times of the year for sports betting. Full force, college and pro football. NBA is a couple of weeks in. NHL is a few weeks in. MLB World Series. And obviously, college basketball starts in 10 days. Guys, before the end of the show, we'll make sure Ralph gives you the place where you can find that free college basketball preview. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. The customer appreciation, guys, over at Sports Memo is unrivaled. We know that saving you money is just as good as making you money. Couple of quick discounts we want to make you aware of. Then we get right into our free content today. First of all, the $2 Tuesday featured cappers are still available over at Sports Memo, the Dionne D'Amico and Dr. Chuck, and our good buddy Jimmy Adams at Wager Talk. All 3 of their 5-unit plays are still available, $2 a piece. I love it. Guys, we've got a new one for Sports Memo and Wager Talk. This one just absolutely blew my mind. 31% off any all-access package at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. Code BOO31. Very quickly, guys. Any 1-day, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, 9-day, or even a 1-year package. 31% off. Use code BOO31 upon checkout. Guys, and just this morning, this just in, my good friends over at the Detroit office gave me this. I'm the #1 capper at Sports Memo and NBA right now. This came in 10 minutes ago. 50% NBA discount on 30 days for Joe D or a season pass. Use code NBA50 upon checkout.
Hey, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Let me jump in 1 second. When you're using your BOO31, it's only good once per customer. So don't waste it on a single-day package when you might want to get a 7-day, a 30-day, or longer. So 1 per customer at Sports Memo. You can also use it once at Wager Talk. Use it wisely.
Great stuff. Thank you, Ralph, for that addition. We appreciate that. Now, guys, go over to sportsmemo.com. Go to wagertalk.com after the show. Take advantage of these amazing discounts we currently have offered. Plus, make sure to check out the deals page. There are days where I am featured. I'm not even aware of it until the next day when I wake up and I see a whole bunch of people bought something. Same thing with Dionne, Jeff, Ralph, and all your favorite cappers over at Wager Talk and Sports Memo. Without any further ado, we're going to start off with our very popular Underdog Moneyline Parlay. We're going to come with the Cleveland Kid to lead off today, Jeff Michaels. Jeff, the floor is yours.
I appreciate it, Joe. You know, not very often, I guess, does the Cleveland Kid come in with a Cincinnati pick for the Moneyline Parlay. I'm looking college. I'm not talking Monday Night Football this week, but I like the Bearcats to pull the upset. I mean, they're a dog in this game. Their defense has been impressive. They're allowing just 305 yards per game, and they've held 4 of their last 6 opponents under 300 yards, with multiple of those games being the worst offensive performance that their opponent had on the year, if not one of the top 2. That includes Tulsa, who they held to just 285 yards, 180 yards below their season average, and they held SMU to 259 yards, which was 231 yards below their average this season. I mean, UCF has a good offense, but Cincinnati's proven that they can stop the best, and their UCF's off a bad loss to ECU. I mean, they were 6-point favorites, and they lost the game by 21 points straight up. Their quarterback doubled his interception total for the season, throwing 3 more. And UCF has lost 3 straight games. So I like Cincinnati in this one on Saturday.
Great stuff from Jeff Michaels, our first leg of our Underdog Moneyline Parlay. Let's keep this going. Let's keep the train rolling. Dionne D'Amico, the First Lady of Las Vegas, can you tell us your Underdog Moneyline Parlay release?
For this one here, I'm going to go against the grain in my underdog money line play, guys. I may be a girl from Chicago, but I am making money once again this season with the New York Jets. I know a lot of people out there are coming in on New England this week because they like the matchups here. And after the Patriots took a 33-14 beating at the hands of the Bears last week, many people think that they're going to get a bounce back win here. I'm here to tell you that is nonsense. New York has won and covered 4 straight games, including 3 on the road. And they return home this week and play in front of their loyal fans. Their offense is every bit as good as New England's. And their defense has been stellar. I don't care who is at the helm for the Patriots. They just don't have the horses to run in this matchup. Understand that New England has a lot more pressure on them than New York does. Nobody expected the Jets to be much of anything this season. Not only are they winning, they're having fun doing so. There is no pressure on this team right now. Every win that they get is just a bonus for them. I actually have the line in this game, New York -2. I normally don't give out ATS trends when I'm doing an underdog money line play, but FYI, the Patriots are 0-4 ATS the last 4 versus the AFC East. To me, the Jets win this game outright, and that's why they're my underdog money line play for this week.
Great stuff from the First Lady of Las Vegas. That train is going to keep rolling into the Ralph Michaels station. Ralph's doing great work. Ralph, can you tell us your underdog money line parlay play, please?
Well, I'm probably going to the most exciting game on the board, and that would be Georgia State and Old Dominion. I don't think it's on CBS at 3:30 just because Georgia, Florida might be. But, it's a game where you look at Old Dominion's offense, and it's 2 different teams. They are grasping the offense now. Hayden Wolf, a great job at quarterback, a 12-2 ratio, and Blake Watson, the kid's 5'9". But a couple weeks ago, he rushed for over 250 yards. And you've seen the rush offense, which averaged under 50 yards per game and 2.3 yards per carry the first 4, really start to take hold for Old Dominion. On the road, are you worried about playing them? No, they play mistake-free. They've only lost the turnover battle in 1 game. They went to Coastal Carolina their last road game and handled them easily, winning by 28. They went to Virginia early this year. Yes, they lost but they only lost by 2. Georgia State, you look at this team, and they have 2 wins. They beat Army and they beat Georgia Southern. Did they deserve to win? Well, they were plus 5 turnovers in those 2 games. Again, Old Dominion's not the team to turn the ball over. The Georgia State rush defense allowing over 212 yards per game, almost 5 yards per carry. I like Old Dominion here to win this game and pull the outright upset, of course.
Great stuff. Ralph Michaels says Old Dominion. Guys, I'm going to keep this train going. I'm excited about this 4-team money line underdog parlay this week. Let me go into my play, and I got to tell you, love this game. It might make it as a premium play. I do several sets of my own power ratings, and on both of my sets, I have the New York Giants, a small favorite in this matchup. They're now 6-1 on the season, both straight up and against the spread. While this is an underdog money line play, I don't normally talk about against the spread. I didn't know Dionne was going to write that either. I don't normally talk about against the spread, but my point is this team is vastly undervalued still. Not only are they winning games, but they're winning games that they're coming back from deficits late in the game. That shows me how good this team really is. With a healthy Saquon Barkley running the ball and the ever-maturing Jones at the helm, this team is playing some great football. You may not realize this, but they possess the number 2 rushing attack in the NFL while also possessing the number 5 scoring defense in the league. When you combine those 2 items, you're going to win ball games, guys, plain and simple. I understand Geno Smith has his highest quarterback rating of his career, but let's face it, he was never a standout quarterback, folks. I do like Kenny Walker running the ball. I think this kid has a bright future, but when push comes to shove and the game is in crunch time on the line, is Geno Smith the guy that you want making crunch time decisions on the fly? I think we could all agree that's not the guy we want. I doubt it. I wouldn't put too much stock in the Seahawks' last 2 games, which were both victories over Arizona and LA. Neither of those teams have shown any consistency this season. I do feel it's going to be a slow-moving game with a heavy dose of running the ball by both offensive units. So this game comes down to defense, defense, defense. There's no way 28th ranked scoring defense of Seattle isn't going to get steamrolled here. As I mentioned earlier, I had the Giants a slight favorite on both sets of my power ratings. They will win this game outright, get another big W, guys. So take New York as my underdog money line play this week. Let me bring everybody on real quick, and we're going to go over this again at the end of the show in case you missed some. Our 4 underdog money line parlay. Jeff had the Bearcats plus 105. Dionne had the New York Jets plus 120. Ralph came in with the OD Monarchs plus 145. Joey D says the New York Giants plus 135. A $100 wager will bring you back a profit of $2,496.63. That is a nice return on a small investment, guys. I'll tell you that. Now, once again, we're going to run that down at the end of the show. But without any further ado, let's keep this show going because, guys, it's chock full of good, solid content. We're going to go to our best bet segment. Let's lead off with the First Lady of Las Vegas. Guys, Dionne finished last football season number 2 in college football. She's been all over the leaderboards, NFL and college football this season. She's killing it in NHL. She, I believe, is one of the top cappers over at Sportsbook in NBA. I am very excited to see what she's got for her free best bet today. She's going to tell you what she's been doing, what she's going to be doing. And Dionne, we want to know your free best bet.
Thank you. And as Joey did mention, I am all over the leaderboards. Right now, I'm 3-1 in NBA thus far. I did have a perfect NFL Sunday, so I'm excited about going into this week. Today, I do have my NBA above the rim play along with my NCAAF Friday Night Lights winner for today. I also still do have my $2 Tuesday Big 12 Game of the Month still available over at Sports Memo, just $2, so you want to hop on that. And all of my football games will be posted this afternoon, which will include a 5% for Saturday and a 5% play for Sunday. This is the perfect time to go ahead and take advantage of that 31% off all access pass. And today for my best bet, at first glance, when looking at the Pitt UNC matchup, you're going to see that the Tar Heels give up a lot of points. However, I feel that Keaton Slovis and the lackluster Panthers passing game is going to have any success here. I understand that Pitt has a very good ground attack, but I just don't feel this offense can keep pace with the explosive North Carolina O that is accounting for over 41.7 points per game. Not only can and will they light up the Panthers secondary behind the explosive passing attack of Drake May, they will also move the chains on the ground as well. Throw into the mix that Pitt is not covering the spread like they were a season ago, going just 2-5 ATS so far this season. And I really feel this game is going to get pretty ugly. I have the Tar Heels winning at least by a touchdown, so lay the 3 points here and take North Carolina.
First Lady of Las Vegas says, go UNC. Great stuff from the First Lady. Let's keep this going. Let's go to Ralph Michaels. Ralph, you know, you do something once, you do it twice, you're lucky. Do it for decades. There's very few in this business that have won consistently for decades. And Ralph Michaels certainly is one of those people. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing over at Wager Talk, and he's got another free best bet for you. Ralph, take it away.
Well, you know, I do a TNA segment, Trends and Angles, talking about some technical situations on Bet On It. And my son, who's now been called Stats Son, came up with one in this game. I'm going to go with Ohio State, and I'll give you a little TNA that he shared on Bet On It. Conference away teams that are either a favorite or a dog up to 6.5, that are off back-to-back wins and covers, when they're playing an opponent that one is a home favorite and covered, from week 5 on, have covered 71.2% against the spread. That's not the only reason, of course, I'm using Ohio State. I still think this team is undervalued. You look at their offense. They are the number 2 offense in terms of statistics. They're gaining almost 200 yards per game more than their opponents normally allow. The defense, a top 5 defense. You look at what they've done. They've held 5 of their 7 opponents to a season low or season number 2 low. I look at Penn State and you say, well, they bounced back nice off that loss against Michigan. No, they really didn't. Minnesota last week was without Tanner Morgan. You take one of the most experienced quarterbacks in the Big Ten and put a young kid on the road for a whiteout at Penn State. Yeah, and you only hold them to 340 yards. I think Ohio State handles Penn State easily. You look at Penn State. Besides Michigan, their toughest game was at Purdue in the opener, and that was a nail-biter to the end. They go to Auburn. Was that a good win? No, it wasn't. Ohio State wins, pulls away. They continue this train run that they're on, and Penn State gets exposed once again like they did against Michigan, where they allowed 418 yards rushing and 7.6 yards per carry.
Great stuff from Ralph Michaels. After the show, go follow Ralph over at Wage Talk. You'll follow him to the bank. Guys, I'm going to take over the reins on the Best Bet segment. And I will tell you, once again, this NBA season, some shameless promotion for me. Joe D leads the pack at 7-2 on premium releases, as $100 bettors are up $1,920 at Sports Memo. That ranks me number one in the NBA. I have 3 huge Friday NBA winners posted already for you. I have put them in a three-pack, a discounted 3-pack for you. I also come off another big win in the NFL last night with the Ravens. By this afternoon, I will have up 3 5% plays and a 10% play for this weekend's football. As you know, I'm the best big game hunter on the planet. This weekend, I'm going to hunt, stalk, and kill your books. My 5% plays since joining Sports Memo, over 68% a year and a half. And my 10% plays are 16-2 in 2022. Get all my weekend winners right here at Sports Memo, and I will have these football winners up this afternoon, guys. Let me go to my best bet. Guys, I'm sticking with one of my favorite teams in the NFL. And once again, last week, guys, I went 2-0 my release on the show. I'm going to go perfect again this week for my best bet. A matchup between 2 NFC West rivals in which both have fallen a bit short of preseason expectations as of this point. A lot of people thought that when San Francisco brought in Christian McCaffrey that their woes will be behind them. Well, they came back down to reality last week in a devastating 44-23 loss at home against Kansas City. However, I think this week you're going to see Christian McCaffrey have a very successful game, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo will most likely have one of his best performances thus far this season. McCaffrey only had 2 days to acclimate himself with his new playbook and get in sync with Jimmy G, guys. I look for him to have a very good game this week, along with playmaker extraordinaire Deebo Samuel. I think this guy's going to be using a lot of different schemes offensively. I think you're going to see him pile up some yards this week, my friend. Excuse me. Coming off that embarrassing loss a week ago will really motivate the 49ers here. Please understand that the LA offense is one of the worst in football. They rank at or near the bottom in just about every major offensive category, including the most important one, guys. You know what that is? Scoring. They average just 17.3 a game. They must now face one of the most ferocious stop units in the NFL that comes in here angry, looking for redemption following last week's poor performance. The San Fran D allows just 19 points per game. They're equally good against the pass as well as the rush. I don't see the Rams having any success offensively in this matchup. I feel you're going to see a lot of 3-and-outs and multiple turnovers, thus resulting in the LA defense spending a lot of time where? On the field. Eventually, by the second half, they're going to tire out and really get exploited. Let's not forget the 49ers have beaten the Rams 7 consecutive regular season meetings. They've also covered the last 6 overall meetings in a row. They're 4-0 ATS the last 4 versus the NFC West, while the Rams 1-4 ATS the last 5 at home. They get overvalued in there. I'm telling you right now, they get overvalued. That's all I'm saying. San Fran takes this game by a minimum of a TD. Take the Niners. My friends, we're going to go into my good friend Jeff Michaels. Jeff, you know, I do a lot of content on Sports Memo TV with Jeff, and he always brings it in. Free plays are just, man, they're amazing. His analyses are as good as anybody I've ever worked with, and I've worked with all of them over the last 25 years. And he is killing it on the leaderboards at Sports Memo. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's about to be doing on the premium side. He's got another free best bet for you. Jeff, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, we had a good day in football yesterday. Did lose the hockey play last night, unfortunately, but we went 2-0 in the football plays. And we do have a big one already up and loaded for this weekend on Saturday. Got a big 4% college football play tonight for you, too. So a lot of looks at football this weekend, and the rest of the college football action will be up for you in that package today as well. But as far as today's best bet goes, you know, Joe segued in very nicely for me with teams that are overvalued. And I think another one of those teams that is still overvalued is the Detroit Lions. You know, so I'm going with the Miami Dolphins this weekend minus the points. You know, Detroit's offense had some impressive performances to start out the year, but I still think that the books anticipate that continues. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. And that offense has put up just 6 points in the last 2 weeks combined, while allowing nearly 27 points per game over that 2-game span. You know, Jared Goff has never beaten the Dolphins, and the Dolphins still possess a top 10 offense in the league. And then the third best passing team, putting up over 280 yards per game through the air. Now they take on a Detroit Lions defense that ranks 32nd in yards per game. They're 22nd against the pass, but they're 31st in yards per pass attempt, allowing over 7.5 yards per throw. Not to mention Miami should thrive inside the 20-yard line. They're one of the best in the red zone. They're one of the best in goal to go situations, excuse me. And Detroit is one of the worst in both of those categories. Their offense is revolved around their two-headed monster in the backfield with Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. But Miami's defense has been noticeably better against the rush than it has against the pass. So I do think that they can shut that down. 3 out of the last 4 games, they've held their opponents under 100 yards rushing, and that includes Dalvin Cook and the Minnesota Vikings, and 68 yards to Joe Mixon and the Cincinnati Bengals. So nobody in the league has allowed more points per game more than Detroit. And I fully expect Miami to take advantage of that one. They're 9-1 after 2 or more games under the total in the last 3 years, and they explode for some offense when they keep it low. So I like Miami minus the points in this one.
Great stuff from the Cleveland Kid, Jeff Michaels. Guys, I'm going to run down our Underdog Moneyline bets, then our best bets. Then I'm going to get some closing thoughts from Dionne, Jeff, Ralph, and then we're going to get out of Dodge so you can take advantage of all this great content you got on the Family Affair show today. Okay, Underdog Moneyline parlay. My good buddy Jeff, the Cleveland Kid, says Cincinnati plus 105. Dionne says the New York Jets plus 120. Ralph Michaels, Old Dominion Monarchs plus 145. Your host, Joey D, says New York Giants plus 135. A $100 wager will bring you back a profit of $2,496.63. Let me go down to the best bets. Then we're going to get some closing thoughts and comments from our great panel today. Best bets. The first lady of Las Vegas, Dionne D'Amico, says, go Tar Heels minus the 3. Ralph Michael says, Ohio State Buckeyes minus the points. They're going to light them up. Joe D says, the Niners, Jimmy G. I'm partial to Italians, but he's going to win this week minus 1.5. My good buddy Jeff Michaels says Miami Dolphins minus 3.5. My friends, let me go around the horn real quick. We had a quick show today, but great content. Want to get some closing thoughts and comments. Dionne, closing thoughts and comments for our viewers, please.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to go ahead and take access of that 31% off all access pass that we have going on right now. Let alone today, I have 2 plays up already. I also still have my 5% $2 Tuesday Big 12 game of the month up for tomorrow. And I will also have a couple more plays going up later this afternoon, which will include a 5% play for tomorrow and a 5% play for Sunday. So this is the best time to go ahead and take access of that 31% off all access pass. And also make sure you head on over to the deal page later on after the show, because we do also have some amazing deals going on for a bunch of other cappers on both sites. So take advantage of those.
Great stuff from the First League Las Vegas. Jeff Michaels, closing thoughts and comments for our viewers out there, please.
Yeah, guys, we've said it before. Best time of the year with all this going on. That all access pass gives you access to everything. Obviously, you guys, I'll be on the NBA show later today. I'll be on the MLB show later today. And $2 Tuesday will be a Michael's takeover on Wager Talk today. So that'll be a fun one. Got lots of the shows in store for you guys coming up, and a lot of action in multiple different sports. So as they said, guys, take advantage of those deals while you can.
I love that, Jeff Michaels. Me and him do a ton of shows today. Let's close the show with closing thoughts and comments from Ralph Michaels. Ralph, the floor is yours, buddy.
Oh, you guys have mentioned all the promos. No need to rehash those. Check out the College Basketball Guide, 100 pages, absolutely free. You go to Wager Talk and you go to my homepage and you'll be able to download it. Or the shortcut to get to my homepage is wt.buzz/RM, the Wager Talk College Basketball Preview Guide.
Today was an amazing show, so we're going to head on out of here. Thank you for tuning into the Family Affair Show. We're going to be coming to you every Friday morning with tons of free winners and a few surprises as well. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. You don't want to miss any of the Sports Memo TV great content, and also the Wager Talk TV content. The best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are in this company, Sports Memo and Wager Talk, guys. On behalf of the family, Dionne, Jeff, Ralph, myself, Sports Memo, and Wager Talk. This is Joe D'Amico. Everybody out there, good luck.